Hello there. So I think the book of Psalms is one of the most encouraging places to start. Any time you want to study the word, and honestly, Psalms is more of a devotional read than anything else. You want to get into a devotional, study the book of Psalms. You really can't just study it like you can other passages. You've got the book of Romans and Colossians. You can really study the words in those to see what Paul's really saying. But a lot of what the Psalms is the heart of David and the other writers, because there are a couple other writers that wrote in the Psalms. But you really get the feel of the heart of people for God and their desire to get close to Him. And anyhow, you learn a lot. Psalm 1 begins out, the way of the righteous and the way of the ungodly. First 3 verses is the way of the righteous, what they do. And then the last 3 verses is the way of the ungodly. I just wanted to read a little bit of that. How blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, nor stand in the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, meditating on it day and night. And essentially the wicked do the exact opposite. And it just talks about the future that they are in for. Psalm 2 is a conversation between the Trinity. The reign of the Lord, the anointed one, the rage of the nations, and how God is laughing at the nations and the nations rebelling again against him. It's astounding to me that the world gets to a point where the nations rage against God. It's not that they're atheistic, agnostic, they're, theists definitely, they believe in God, but they don't accept him as their own. We need to remember that. There's such a thing as believing in something and not following it. You can believe in God and not be following him. It's an important distinction. And we learn more about how to follow him because Jesus, gives us a lot of instructions on that. And the word is a great place to start. But anyhow, there's the whole thing with Psalm 2. It's pretty neat. Psalm 3, this peace in the midst of the storm, David's trouble and God's help. Those who troubled David and then the blessings from God. God blessing David in chapter 3. I love chapter 3. Actually, I love all of them. But, O Lord, how my adversaries have increased. Many are rising up against me. Many are saying in my soul, there's no deliverance for him in God. But you, O Lord, are a shield about me, my glory and the one who lifts up my head. I just think there's so much promise in there for what David is telling us the Lord is like. He's going to lift up our head. He's going to strengthen us. He is the one that gives us strength. Psalm 4, talking to God, and then David talking to God, and then to himself in chapter 4. Answer me when I call, O God. Be gracious to me, hear my prayer. I like verse 4. Tremble, do not sin. Meditate in your heart upon your bed. Be still. Selah. You're going to see that word Selah a lot in the Psalms. A lot of people think it might have been some kind of a musical note because a lot of the Psalms were designed to be sung in different ways. But Selah may have been sort of a Hebrew just pause. Pause to consider what you just read. Pause to meditate. That's throughout the Bible, so it's pretty interesting. Chapter 5 is a great morning prayer. David approaching God, contrasting the wicked men and the godly men, describing the destiny of the wicked and the destiny of the righteous. Give ears to my mouth, O Lord. Consider my groaning and my cry for help when I pray. Further down it says, O Lord, lead me in your righteousness because of my foes. And even further down, this is verse 11, but let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them sing for joy. You be a shelter for them. For those who love your name may exalt in you. And that's just the first 5 chapters of Psalms. There's 150, so we've got a long ways to go. God bless. Hope you have a great day. Thank you for joining me with this word of truth.